All right. So what I need to do, I need to rename this first puzzle. I need to make it, rename to door puzzle. Sliding door puzzle. What I need is, first I need an object to open the door, and then I need a door. I currently don't have a model for that, so. Do like, hold on. I'm eating some food, but it's like getting cold. Just gonna throw it in the microwave real quick. Mm. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so. I want to plug in my. Yeah, sure. Oh, but I have food. I'm like, eat this food first. Fine, I'll do like quick sketches. And then if I want to go back over them, I can. I just need like a lever. So, you do like a box. 600. Jesus. Make that like 2 pixels. Black. I use the texture or something. Oh, because I'm using the brush. I'm using the spray. That's why. So yeah, set that to 2. Like roughly that. And then I could just make a pressure plate, I guess. Sure. Just make a pressure plate. That's fine for now. So we'll fill it with like red if it's off for, I guess. It's not centered. I need it's like right one and down one or something. It's close enough. It's just a draft anyway. So I want this to be some kind of like pressure plate, I guess. What would a good term be? And then I can duplicate this layer. I think it's like down here. Yeah, duplicate. And then I can fill with like green, I guess, to mean that it's on. Corners are still red, whatever. Oh, I think if I bump the threshold up, though. Increases the spread. Or I guess I would want to do the grow. It's fine. It's green. So basically I want to save, I want to export. No, what am I doing? Godot resource, no, it's projects. Art. Alchemy, ingredients, UI, characters. I want objects. PNG. Green. And then what is it? What's the button? P? Wow. Export. Red. Okay. And then I need a door. With some object. to obstruct a pathway. So I'm gonna want to make a new. I want it to be 256 by 128 because I want it to be like double wide. And I want it to fill this whole thing. So and that is the wrong color. Do black. And then I just realized that no, I don't want it to be double wide because if I wanted, so the idea is if I have a pathway going upward that is too wide and I want there to be like a gate or something that closes slowly, then it would make sense if it closes from both sides. And so instead of it being this one long object, it's two objects that are like one tile in size. So I'll just do that and then delete that. Do like a gray. And then like some darker. I need trying to remember how to do like the details for this where it's like oh that's the stroke tool, not the like adjusting of the actual. It's one of these other tools, I forget what it is. I don't really mess with the tools for the most part. Just do no, that list doesn't look good. What's do I want it to be brick? I guess I need to make, because it needs to have like a little bit of 3D pop to it, right? So I need to think of like, I mean, for now it doesn't, but there needs to be some kind of depth. So I guess I can, instead of doing this tool, do it like that, and then I could I need it to be black because otherwise it's gonna look weird. This is just so, it's gonna be so scuffed, but that's gonna be perfectly fine. Just want something that like generally gets the job done. This is gonna look so bad. It's gonna be a box with a line. That's all this is. There's no actual depth to it. It needs to be like a door. If I want to make it a door, I think that's gonna be easier if I just make it like a door instead of trying to make it like some kind of like rock that it slides. Yeah, I think that's a better call. So I do like screw it. We're just gonna do a gray square. That's gonna be good enough. This is literally just gonna be object gray square. Object gray. Export. Wait, what happened to the border? Is it because I was using the spray tool? Oh my god, it is. Because I did another square while I had the spray tool or something, didn't I? Whatever. Good enough. So now I'm just gonna... I don't know how I'm gonna space this out. But, I suppose I can use tiles. I can just use this tile stuff that I have here. So the idea is that there's like one herb. That's all I need for this puzzle. And then there's gonna be... I need to make a new object. I don't have any objects made. So I need to create a new scene here. And I need a sliding door scene. How do we have sprite? I guess I could have sprite. There's like an animation on the door and stuff, sure. Oh, this should be like I know that this is going to need some kind of collision. So it'll probably be like a static body. Yeah. And then make the texture on the sprite. Yeah. Where is it? Object gray. This needs Y sort enable. Well, no. That's for the children of it. That doesn't matter. This is gonna have. It's gonna interact with the player, and the player's on 1, so should be fine. So I'm gonna want a script here. I mean, I guess I can use the just the before I just start going too blind here is what was done for the setup on the objects for this project here. So like, because like these resource nodes have collision. Okay, yeah, so I can make this the scene root. Delete. I need to reattach. That's fine. So I can go like that and then do sliding door. And then if I attach a script, and then I set this to static body 2D. And it's gonna have a process, or isn't it? Is it a process? I thought it was process. Oh yeah, it's func. I need the function line part for it. I guess it's a physics process. Or I'm going to want to, I'm gonna need a variable that checks is closing equals false. And then every physics process checks if the door is closing. I'm gonna need more information though, like I'm gonna need a timer. And I think if I have a timer, I don't need a Boolean. So the information I'm going to need to close the door is going to be how long is it going to take? Close time. And I'm going to need the, how far is it going to move? Close distance. Although, I already know that's going to be like 1. I can remove it later if I need to. But this would be float. And that would also be a float. Or that would be a vector too, maybe? I can change it later. Okay, if close time is greater than 0, then I want to close it more. Close time minus equals delta. And I'm going to need an equation for how much I'm closing the door in relation to delta. And the time. Gonna have to do with the transform here. Position. So I guess I do want a bit of an animation for the door opening as well. In terms of, I don't want it to just immediately be open when you press the button. I do need a variable to see if the door is closing, because the door can be open and I just should have is open, I suppose. Do I care about that in the physics process? Not right now. Okay. Is close distance the right thing? Let me think about this. So if I have, close amount is going to be the, distance to cover divided by the, fraction of time out of total close. It's a distance over time, right? So, but in the time, speed, distance over time. So I'm gonna need to do, but the distance here is going to be the fraction of the distance based on the close time. So it would be close time is the current time that I have. This should be there should be an export that I can set to make it so that you can set the close time different. And this will be the total time it takes to close this door. So if the current close time is greater than 0, then we need to change the current close time by that. And then distance is going to be the current. It's the close time, but it gets divided by the current close time. I think. Is that the distance? Times distance? I mean, I know it's PEMDIS, but our close time divided by close time. Total close time. Times the close distance. So this would be the fraction of time. That sounds right. Oh, that's not right though. The delta is what I need here. No, delta's gonna, oh my god, why am I screwing up on a simple speed equation? Let me just write this out. So I want, let me set it and stuff. Maybe that'll help me out here. So I need to set this. Close door. It's going to be it doesn't matter. It's some like currently an arbitrary number. I haven't measured it out, so I'm going to need to just close the door. No parameters, I have everything. Then I'm gonna want to set the if is open. Well, if it's not open, then I can just print already closed. And then I need to set the time. So the current close time equals close time. Return. Which will cause this to start. I don't even set the close distance. I guess this is another export. I say, how far do you want to close it? In the direction, maybe? But I don't have a unit of measurement. I can figure that out later, because let's say, all right, I want this. How far the door closes. Then I can do some conversion down below in like the ready function. I'll just put a to do here. Because I haven't really looked into it that much overall, so that shouldn't be too bad though. But for now, I'm just gonna comment this out. I need to set the well, the direction is going to be to the right. It's going to close to the right, it's going to open to the left. And then if it's the other way around, then you just flip the object. Like, you just... Well, there's rotation for the transform, but there isn't flip. Let me think. Current. I'll just do float for now. Actually, I want this to be an int because I want it to be... I want the unit to be like the number of tiles or something like that. Can I do fraction of tiles? I can worry about that later. But it should only ever be one tile. This is a one tile sliding door. This is like a constant. More than anything. I don't need to give this... Oh, whoops. Wrong shortcut. It's in pixels. To close in pixels. So I don't need to set it down here. So that's the closed distance. The current closed distance would be the float. That's going to go from 0 to the max value. So that means when it's open, why don't I do that instead? Because it's going to be closed by default. So I can say open, how far the door travels to open, / close. Open door. And it's going to want to be if is open. And I want to print door already open. Return. And then I need to say the oh wait, I don't set is open until it's fully closed on the closed door. On the open door, I immediately set is open. No, because I want to do an animation. So this should be animation time instead. That way I can use it the same timer for... Oh wait, no. Because there's an export. So I would want the export open time. And then total time it takes to open this door. Is open, we have the open time, we have the close time. The current close time. Current animation time. If the current animation time is greater than 0, then we want to check if open time is greater than 0. Then we want to do this. We'll just pass this for now. And then if else, if close time is greater than 0, just pass this for now. The current animation time is going to go from 0 to the open time. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Expected initializer after constant name. Oh, yeah. I'll figure this out. I'm going by like 128, right? So I'll do like 128 for now and see how that is. I don't actually know how big each of the tiles are. I think I have it like, they're like 50 or something. Each of the tiles is like 50. According to the tile map, I don't know. There's 16 pixels. For this one. 16. I'll just set it to 32. And I can downscale it. You can, yeah, typecast the constant. Cur animation time. I'm gonna want to do plus equals delta because I'm trying to. No, I do want to count down. Okay, no. What I want to do is I need to change this stuff. Current animation time. If the current animation time is less than 0, no. When am I not running an animation? When maybe just do a variable for now. Is animating. Is moving. We'll just do that for now. I could probably get rid of it once I figure this out a little bit more. So we'll do if is moving. If animation time is less than the oh, alright, there's another if statement in here that is I don't know if it's opening or closing. I haven't it's alright, 0, 1, or 2. This is gonna need to be 0 equals not moving, 1 equals opening, 2 equals closing. We'll just do that. If is moving equals 1. That means it's opening. If the current animation time is less, it's less than the open time. Then yeah. Read elif is moving equals 2. Or animation time less than close time. So the distance is open distance. And the time is the only thing that's going to be split up. It's going to be delta divided by open time. So if the open time is greater than 1, then that will make... Yeah. So current close distance. I guess it would be animation distance. Equals the open distance divided by the delta divided by the close time. And this is instead open time. So that should work. Do I need the current animation time? Yes, because to do that is moving, gets used. What else we got? Is open. Oh, that's for if I'm closing or opening the door. Current close time. I don't do that until... Yeah, actually. Because they both have animations tied to them. So I would want to make the current animation time equal to 0. And I want to say is moving equals 2. And here I want current animation time to equal 0. And then I want is moving to equal 1. Then I want to say if current animation is closed, else that means that the door is closed. It should have just finished closing. And the door just finished opening. So then I want to say that is moving equals false, and is open equals true here, and then is moving equals false, and then is open equals false. Door is opening. Door is closing. Sliding door. Now I need to trigger this, which means I need to add a pressure plate object. New world. Which is going to be a area 2D. Oh, oops. I didn't want to add it there. New scene. Oh, it's gonna have a body. But so does the herb. Alright. There's a sprite and it has an interactable area. So what I should have is, I think, area 2D here. Because it doesn't have a physics body. It's not an interactable and it's not a tool. I'm gonna call it pressure plate. And it's gonna have a collision shape, this rectangle, and it's gonna have a sprite. Actually, alright, I'll have to reparent this. I want to keep somewhat similar structure, considering it has somewhat similar idea behind it. So, yeah, I'll make a node to be parent and reparent. Do that. This is going to be area 2D. This is going to be pressure plate. And we need a sprite. And we'll save as an object. Oh, that's items object. Objects. Pressure plate. So I want sprite to be gray. I want it to be red. I'll make it green. Oh, it's gonna blend in. I'll just make it red so it's easy to see. It isn't centered. Oh. It's better. It's just 2 pixels off. Pressure plate. Script. Interactable plant, close. Close. I don't need Dino. I don't need context menu. Don't need cauldron. Don't need the alchemy activity. Don't need status effect. Sliding door, pressure plate, player. These are the only 3 I really need right now. So. I want to make it so that this, I haven't specified anything else. I'm gonna have to rename this because or adds a lot of functionality to it. Easily modifiable functionality. If I want the pressure plate to be used for more than just opening doors. But, just restarted Discord. But for now, I'm just gonna do export. I need a reference to the door ref. And that's just gonna be a area node 2D, I guess. Far. I keep getting far when I do export. So then what we want to do is change the visibility of this. No. It needs to be visible, but what is it? Light mask is rendering. Visibility is. I don't remember which one stops movement. Oh, it's the collision layers. Alright, so the mask stops physics layers containing collision object scans or layers. Can detect a contact. So I don't want a mask, I just want this to be in layer 2? No, layer 1. I can verify that by checking the herb and what its interact areas. Collision, yeah, it's just layer, not mask. Okay. So, yeah, layer 1, that should be its movement. So when it steps on it, I need to fire area entered. Or collision shape needs to fire. No. Let's see here. Area 2D. Body entered. I think. Physics body 2D or a tile map. No, I think it's area. In collision areas. The area, and then if area doesn't work, we'll just try body. But I think I need area. Well, I guess I can just check. Does the player do that? I'm getting it all mixed up. Who handles the interaction? I forget. Interaction area. Area entered, area exited. Area. Yeah, so it is area. It's not body. It might become an issue later, but I can fix it later if it is an issue. But for now, I'm just going to want to get area entered. On area entered. And on area exited. So when the area is entered, I'm going to want to go door, open. Oh. So what I want here is I need to change the sliding door here so that if the door, yeah, okay. Door is not open. Okay, actually, I think it is handled. Because I only set the door to be open once the animation is done. So it's, although, then it becomes a problem is if you step on the pressure plate and then step off of it before the door is done closing, it's going to call closed door. It's not going to close the door. The door's just going to stay open and not even start closing. The way I want to set up this puzzle is I want to force the door to close when it's stepped off of. So this is irrelevant. It just... I need to set the current animation time equal to animation distance. Current animation distance. I don't set that anywhere, do I? That's equals, that's not plus equals. And also, if the door is opening, I can do this to set its current value of how open the door is. I can set this to open distance. How open the door is. So I want to do instead, I want open distance to increase here, and I want it to decrease here. Oh. Which, since I'm basing it off of the animation time, do I do an on-the-spot conversion? I could be overcomplicating this then. I don't even need a timer necessarily. Well, I can do a conversion. Is I can say, if I want it to open, so I just keep track of this delta divided by time. And instead of checking based on the timer, I just keep that as a step. Instead of checking based on the timer, I check based on the distance. Is if the open distance is greater than or equal to the max open distance, so this is less than. We don't need a current animation time. It's not actually being used for anything at this point. So open dist is greater than 0. I think that fixes it. Else the door just finished closing. If the open distance is 0. Just make a little gap there. Current animation time is not used for anything. Is moving false, false being 0. So that would set it to 0. I think that works. Like all I need to do when I close the door is set is moving to 2, which means I want to close the door. Which is fine. I'll say, all right, we're moving. And then it runs the physics process. It's like, oh, it's out of range. All right, we'll just reassert that these are true. I guess I can do an if here and say is not, if it's not closed. So if is open. If it, so do I set is open? Yeah, no, because I'm not considering the in-between state. What's considered open and what's considered closed? Like if it's half open. Yeah, we'll just do that. Should be okay. Then, okay, so we have a pressure plate that you enter the area and it opens the door. And that closes the door. However, I think I can make this the scene route. And then do this. Yeah, I can change it later. So sliding door puzzle. Get rid of this background. I just want to do object, sliding door, sliding door. I want to, I don't think I can rotate or like flip the object. I haven't set the open or close time. Set the open time to 0.5 and the close time to 5 for both doors. Wait, can't I? Hold on. I just realized. Sliding door. I need to. This isn't a constant because I need to declare it. Can I set it? Can I do an on-ready constant? I knew it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Because I need to. I can dynamically set this. Let me get this back up. I'm trying to do this with my hands because I'm trying to eat. It's on ready. This can be the width of the sprite, right? What would be sprite 2D dot width. Or would it be transform dot x. Position. No, it's not your position. I need it to be like here. All right. Scale skew. Does it not have a size anywhere here? I guess there's no distance. I set this to like 128 or something, didn't I? So I guess I do just make it a constant. Just do 128 for now. Then. So, boom, grab. Oh, this is the wrong map. I also didn't put down. Alright, so I need to change the run main scene. Sliding door puzzle. Put the doors there. These are gonna open the same direction, so I think what I'm gonna need is another variable here. Call like is left or something. Like open direction. Is open. Is opening right. Is opening left. True. And this is going to, is the door opening to the left or the right? the amount that the door is currently open. Open time, close time is opening left. You can set the defaults to like 0.5. So then we want I'm not actually doing any transforms. So I guess I could have a constant that is... Oh, but I can't keep track of the starting position. It's something I could do on ready. The close position vector 2. I guess if it's on ready, then I can set it to position. Unready the close position. The position of the door when it is closed. I don't think I need to track that necessarily. I have it for now. Because instead of doing that open distance, the distance that the door is currently open would be calculated by the position of the door when it is closed. Oh, but that only works the context here. So if it's transformed and rotated, well, no, X and Y ignores rotation. So I think, does X and Y ignore rotation? I don't think it does. I could check in here. Transform. There. Okay, in the sense that X and Y is not relative to direction. That's what I was trying to say. X and Y is not relative to the direction the object is facing. It's relative to its control. Or its node, parent node. So that doesn't help me unless I did a calculation to determine direction. I'm just gonna use this for like vertical doors that you're looking up. You're moving upward through them or downward through them. I'm not gonna worry about like diagonal doors. So it needs door ref. Oh, this could be of have it set to single door. Pressure plate can have an array of node 2Ds. For door and door ref. Open all the doors, close all the doors related to the pressure plate. And now we'll do breakpoints to make sure that it calls them. And now I can go in here. And I want to add 2 sliding door and sliding door 2. Those 2 are connected to the pressure plate. I could definitely see a puzzle where I have some kind of potion that you make that makes you either heavier or taller. Well, bigger. Bigger would also make you heavier, so that you have enough mass to weigh down the pressure plate so that the door opens, and then you have to run through the door. But if you're, I mean, if you're bigger, you're still fast. So, I wouldn't, I mean, it could add another level to it, where you can only fit through the door if you're small. So you need some way to shrink down. Yeah, alright, cool. This is the basics, though. I don't have verticality, or like, I can't really do it. You have to be smaller to fit through unless it's something interesting, because this is only 2D. If I had a gateway, maybe. The only way to go through the gateway is if the size value is low enough. Just some ideas, just spitballing. Alright, I forget exactly. It's not calling it. So, I did not set something up correctly in the pressure plate. There's in the player, maybe? The collision body. Of the player. Player is on layer 1, mask 1. Um, okay, so this needs to be, I think I know what's going on here. So initially, when I was confused between the two, this can't be on area, this needs to be on body. Just changes the body, changes the body. And then disconnect, disconnect. On body entered. And then on body exited. That should work. No? Same layer. So I need, just to fix that real quick, this can be on the ordering Z index -10. Oh, wait, that's a sliding door. Oop. Wrong thing. That's gonna be 0. I need the pressure plate to be -10. Oh, that's the area. Um, it should be on the correct collision layer. I mean, I'll mask it just to like confirm, I guess. It's just straight up not interacting. Why is it not interacting? I keep screwing up the... Alright, what do we got? Collision. Layer 1. Mask 1. Visibility. It's not about visibility. It's about the physics. Which... has a collision objects. Disable mode. What? It doesn't matter. It's a collision object. It has layer 1, mask 1. Pickable. That's interesting. So it has collision layer 1, mask 1. And then if I go to the pressure plate, we can close this out. I'm gonna remove this message for now. Area 2D. Collision layer 1. Mask 1. Why is pick? Because it's an area 2D. Wait, is that what's causing issues with this? Oh, I need the scene. Are these pickable? Is that why? No, that's different because these are UI. This is not the same as having like collision. Yeah, that's a completely separate thing. Okay. Why are they not colliding? Player. Movement. How's the movement done for the player? I haven't really touched this at all. Yeah, it does like move and slide with that. How does that compare to like clearly missing something? So this has some context I'm probably missing here. So it's got is player not a character body 2D? Let's take player. Extends character body 2D. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's got all this stuff. Yada yada yada. Okay, so that's not that. And if I go to collision, yeah, layer 1, mask 1. So nothing's really touched here. That's the thing. It has an area 2D. So yeah, it shouldn't be it should I don't think that pressure plate should be looking for a body. It should be looking for an area. Because that's collision body. Wait, what? That's different. I think I'm seeing the I'm trying to remember this. Oh, that's in the hand. That's the area 2D of the hand. This is the collision shape here. That's tied to the player. I'm gonna have to completely redo my hierarchy and stuff because I do want the player to have. It's all single player anyway, though, so maybe it's not a big deal, but I definitely am gonna have to learn some, like, practices for the fact that I have, like, inventory, status effect bar. These should all be under player, but I have them under the canvas layer because I haven't really looked into how to, like, deal with canvas layer on the player and stuff. Well, the canvas layer just gets drawn to screen, so I think that, I'll look into it later. For now, it's all connected, but not too efficient. So the problem is pressure plate detects if I mean, I have the door references set up. So area shape entered. And I can just set this up for testing. Because I can just say that, just have it print entered. Just because, like, I'm not 100% how it's defining. No, it's not doing anything. Error calling from signal body entered to callable no pressure plate on body cannot convert argument 1 from object to object. I didn't even realize I was throwing an error. That's on me. Cannot convert argument 1 from object to object. Cannot convert argument from object to object. Node 2D. Ah. If I just do that instead then. No, it doesn't fix the issue. Node 2D pressure plate. Its array of node 2Ds is accurate. Oh, I see the problem. This is supposed to be body, node 2D. That's the problem. Because I tried to manually change it, but I didn't change the type. So it is calling these ones. Yeah. I see the problem. Oh, do ya? Alright, stop doing that. Alright. So, the doors are not opening. That is because I'm not actually changing the variables. Sliding door. Our dist equals this. Just do that for now. Dist. And then we want to do I know you want to do a move and slide. You can't do a move and slide. Move local X. Applies a local translation on node X's axis based on node process. It's delta. Dist. That moves it, makes it open. Minus dist. Oh, this depends on the if is opening left. If it's opening to the left, then we want it to go on the negative X. Else, we want to move local X in the positive. And then we want to take this, do it in the reverse. That's positive, that's negative. I never defined distance over here. So we want to go here and do dist. Oof. That's on the wrong line. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, is this a render issue? Why did they disappear? Why are they disappearing? Okay, so they're disappearing when I move the local X. Why don't I just... say like position dot X. Why don't I just do position dot X? Minus equals distance. How about that? Is this because they don't move? Because they're static bodies and I should change it? Probably. What if they're rigid bodies? Animatable body? What about an animatable body? But when I move it, it shouldn't just disappear though. What am I doing here? This is not right. This needs to go. Okay. Just set a couple breakpoints here. What's the distance? What? Times. Distance 4 pixels. Okay, instead of 8,000. That makes way more sense. Alright, alright, alright. We're good. We're good. I was dividing by a delta, which gives me an insanely large... Oh! 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 Wait, what? Why is it closing so fast? Oh, it's because... I actually don't know why it's closing so fast. I think I never set is open. Or something. No, wait, that wouldn't make any sense. Um... Well, that's promising, though. Um... Dude. Cat wants to get on my lap. Sorry, buddy. Ugh, he forced his way onto my lap. Okay. Ignore the banana. Okay. Distance. If is moving equals 1. Closed door is moving is 2. Well, we have it set so that it is opening or closing. The issue is that the distance isn't dependent on... Oh, because I have them both set to open time. Copy paste issue. What's gonna happen? Get stuck in the door. Yeah, that's what I feared. But it works! We got the sliding door in 2 hours. We got the sliding door. How do I push? How about this? If door is closed and player is colliding with it, we need to push it out, right? So let's get a what's up? What are you doing? If you go on the table, you're leaving the room. Dang it, he's so soft. Alright. So when we set is open to false, then what we want to do is move clear door. Which means we want to removes any colliding. The goal is to remove the player from the door. And the simplest way for me to do this right now without actually looking into it would just be to move the player up like 128. Move the player up like 100 pixels or something. The max close length. Collision. Is there any way to check the current objects that I'm colliding with? What are you doing? Alright, you're getting kicked out. I'm just crawling for my computer. My tower. I want to remove the player from the door. So let's see here. If I check current collisions, just Google that real quick. Do I do like collision shape? Well, this is the collision object. Alright, have you been using GD script? We've got no, that's not what I'm looking for. Is there a way to get the set of all current collisions? Get collision collision exceptions. Returns an array of nodes that were added as collision exceptions? No. Animatable body 2D. I mean, technically, maybe I could get a different collider for the area that triggers when they close, and if there's, and it would throw an event when it's like made visible or created or whatever. And on that event, I would move the player. But I don't know if I, because like, what's the problem right now? Oh. What? Oh yeah, clear door isn't a thing because I just got rid of it. Okay. I'm noticing. Sliding door. Collision shape. That can get reduced to that. There, now you're on the other side of the door. Could get even lower than that, honestly. I mean, it's still possible to get stuck. But... oh, I'm gonna set to half. Just because of the layer thing. Yeah. That way you can't be behind the door, but show up in front of the door. Oh, that's based on wherever the... Actually, I just realized. It's based on wherever the origin is. So I want to actually move this. Yes, I move the door up. To like there. That's what I do. Behind the door, in front of the door. Yeah. So can you still get stuck? I'll make it smaller. This might be a way to just get around doing it, is if I just make... but if the step isn't big enough, I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, still stuck. Okay. What's this? Sync to physics. If true, the body's movement will be synchronized to the physics frame. This is just one animating. Do not use together with move and collide. Physics material override. If a material is assigned to this property, it will be used instead of any other physics material, such as an inherited one. Well, it's physics-related properties of a surface, namely its roughness and bounciness. The body's constant linear velocity affects touching bodies as if it were moving. Oh, 1. So if a body's touching it... No? I was thinking this should push it down, maybe? No, it's stuck. So it's not considered touching because it's being pushed. I don't understand. This is weird. What if I say like, you know, player getting stuck in animatable body. Jolt 3D kinematics. Sprites getting stuck together. Oh yeah, there was like an issue with like one of the other projects, I think, with that. Like with this Vampire Survivors like game tutorial, there was an issue with that when the enemies would touch you, they would like move weird because of like some kind of physics going on. Enemies in range get overlapping bodies. You look at that, yeah. That's for the gun. The player. Mob. There was like a comment, I remember, in the... I think it had to do with the collision layers. Or something. Let me see if I can find the video. This one here. It's a comment. Mob sticking to players. Be sure to disable all moving platforms layers. So something in the player settings? Moving platform. Just disable that. Wall layers. Collision layers that will be included for detecting wall bodies that will act as moving platforms to be followed by the character body 2D. By default, all wall bodies will be ignored. On leave, add upward velocity. I don't use this at all. Or even set floor layers on other things. Interactions layer, this is a player layer. Yeah, but why would the sliding door be considered a floor or a wall? Where do you even set that? Uh-huh. Safe margin for collision. Extra margin used for collision recovery when calling move and slide. If the body is at least this close to another body, it will consider them to be colliding and will be pushed away before performing the actual motion. A higher value means it is more flexible for detecting collision, which helps with consistently detecting walls or floors. A lower value forces the collision algorithm to use more exact detection, so it can be used in cases that specifically require precision. If true, the body will not slide on slopes when calling move and slide. If true, the body will be able to move on the floor only. This option avoids to be able to walk on the walls. Yeah, but I'm not doing... This is for like if you're doing a side scroller. Oh, maybe you could. If it's like a isometric angle, which this... I'm not gonna touch it, I guess. For now, I'm just gonna disable floor layers. I don't think that's gonna change this. Be able to get out of it, at least. Oh yeah, it completely gets you stuck. Also, this collision shape should fully get that. Can I line it up? Pushed out. If I make it thin enough, it should just work. I need to slow down my movement speed so that I can confirm this a little easier. $100. I'm not gonna make it in time. Oh. You do barely make it in time. I'm gonna just say that if you get stuck... I don't think you can? Maybe? I should have put the door closer and made the timer smaller. That's an easier way to test this. Instead of this. Much easier way to test this. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. So just put this here. Put this here. Literally right here. Set the timer to like 1 second. And then I set my speed to 100. Dang. The button may be a little too close. Yeah. I think it's fine. Honestly, like, this is only going to be a problem at this point if I decide to make bigger doors, but I don't see why I would do that, considering I'm going to have to readjust this also when I change the, what's it called? scale. When I scale everything, I'm gonna have to like double check that as well. But for now, what I want to do is I want to do this for the sake of this. And I'm gonna set the door timer to be 2 seconds. I need to set the player speed back to 300. You can get through in 2 seconds. All right. One second. The door closes in 1 second. Okay, can't make it in time. What? What did I do? Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this at some point so I don't have to keep there doing all this stuff. So grind up the herbs, get a little bit of grinds, and then do that, throw in the cauldron, speed potion, and then go faster, can make it through the door. I should add, for testing purposes for me, red berry bush. What? Oh, I set it on the freaking canvas layer. Add child node. Puzzle objects. Oh, the herb's part of the puzzle technically, but it could be placed anywhere. Alright. This way I can grab red berries. Okay. So what I want to do is have those on hand. Oop, yeah, you can make it. And then boop. All right, I can get rid of the speed and make sure. Yeah, you can't make it. Okay, cool. Technically, a puzzle is made. Although, why am I showing up behind the door? Yeah, what's up with that? I think it reset when I changed the type. I think that's what happened. This needs to be -10. Oh, no, it needs to. No, it should be on 0. But yeah. Done. Y sword enabled. Wait, but this doesn't Y sword. these properly. But that's for like Y sorting its children. How does this work here for this? Because these are in here, but they have proper Y sorting, right? Yeah, it's behind and then it's in front. Even though they're children here. That. Oh, I do need to turn on Y sort enabled. Really? Sure, I guess so. Alright, then we'll just go here, ordering Y sort enabled, and that should enable both of them. Yeah. Okay. Yes. In front, behind, in front, behind. In front, behind. Okay, yeah, I just need to turn on Y sort enabled. Okay. So not an exciting puzzle necessarily, but this is that. If I had the tiles set up properly, it would be good. Nice. This is good progress though. I need to overhaul a lot of this stuff later on, but in terms of the UI is a mess, and obviously I need to redo these objects, but in terms of functionality, some functionality all right. The juice is surprisingly gray. I don't even have anything made yet for this. It's just a failed brew if you try to use it at all. If you grind it up, I want it to be like this gray paste that maybe you can use as like an adhesive or maybe, I don't even know. Something. I want these red berries to have like a gray paste or something. Because these are not supposed to be like, I want part of the puzzle to be like, these are not normal plants and stuff. So like, you have to rediscover kind of in the context of the world how they're used. Just so that, like, because I'm like, one, I don't know enough about actual herbology or whatever it's called. Like, I'm not a big, huge plant guy. So it makes more sense for me to just make something up. Botany. The botanicals. Okay, cool. So that's one puzzle. I haven't quite achieved my vision here, though. I need to keep that in mind. I have my, at least my phone's not connected to this. I want to, link to Windows. I'm so glad that showed up on the other screen. Oh, this is photos. I need notes. Where's notes? Search. Hold on. We need your permission. Yeah. No, don't record audio. Why is it doing this? Handwritten note. How do I like view? Oh my god. Back. Here. Yeah, so I had on my phone the idea is like showing like there's the some like hooded figure which is supposed to represent your character or whatever, and then there's this is supposed to I like drew this in like 2 minutes. It's like, all right, you got a little hallway. These are supposed to be brick walls. It looks like this just because I'm like, how do you show this properly in this kind of perspective? I don't know. And then like those are gonna the equivalent of like the doors that close. So the idea is you find this set of doors and there's you have to get through them fast enough. What else? Oh my gosh. Dude. That is bad. Never mind. I'm not showing some of these sketches I did with like because I have like a stylus on my phone or whatever. I just like really quickly. Oh yeah, here. This kind of worked. So I had the leaf, put it in the cauldron, it makes an energizing potion. Use a myrtle pestle, you put in the cauldron, and then it makes healing. However, I ended up changing this for what I'm actually doing. Because, as I can show in here, boop, you grab the ingredients. Instead, you make a healing potion by grinding up the herb leaves and putting them with 2 red berries. That's what I have for now. I'll probably change it up. And it makes a gray potion because the ground up red berries are gray. So, kind of like, yeah. I guess maybe you could say red, orange, yellow. It would be like maybe yellowish, slightly a yellowish gray in reality, but I just only had like 3 different colors. I don't feel as bad. So this is supposed to cleanse effects, yeah, or something. I don't feel as bad. No, that's supposed to heal you. I just have that message because I don't know when I'm actually ever going to use it. Like maybe you're bleeding or like not bleeding. I don't have health in this. Maybe I'll add a health bar. I don't have combat. I do want to kind of add some kind of combat elements, but it would be like maybe make like a throwable. I'll have to do that at some point. Maybe make like throwable potion. But I have no clue how I'd do that. Currently, I'm like, I guess it could follow if I'm just making the game for keyboard and mouse right now. I originally wanted to have controller support, but I realized as I'm going on that it is pretty difficult for me to on the spot have to keep that in mind because things like dragging onto the stuff would work very differently on controller. You'd have to like press a button and like have selections, and then these are 2 completely different menus, so I'd have to somehow know like if you go right, then that means to select the and that I have to figure that stuff out at some point because this stuff is not connected very well. Like all of this stuff should be under the player, but it's under this canvas layer that's connected to the world that the player kind of needs to reference in order to use. That's the problem I have right now. And I'm because Can you put a canvas layer under the player? Like, I just don't know how canvas layers work. If I figure that out, I could probably change a lot of this stuff. I just haven't quite looked into it yet. I just know that if you put a canvas layer as a child of the root, then it will draw over the scene. Outside of that, I'm not super familiar with, so I'll figure it out, but mechanically it hasn't been too important until, I guess, now. Maybe that's the next thing I work on then, is I learn canvas layers. It's probably not that bad. I just don't have time right now. I have to get ready for work, so yeah. Cool. Is technically what I could do right now if I wanted to. Let's go in here and do that. Then I would need to remove the ground. Wow, what? I have the water on. Weird. So for the purposes of the test, I don't need... One thing I still need to figure out is how I'm gonna, like, reset the puzzles. Because what I want to do is have it so you have limited ingredients, and so you're encouraged to, like, use, I don't know, puzzles that have limited resources. I don't, like, that are longer in form. You have to actually be more, what's it called? You have to be more resourceful with the types of materials you have, potentially. But, I don't know how I'm gonna, like, reset. Was it Alt to do line? It's L? Oh, it's L to swap to line. Did not do anything. It says the water's on -50. But why is it above the door then? Sliding doors on. Oh, why don't I move that on, like, I have an idea. Let's do that on -10. Wait, what? Didn't do anything. Never mind. Yeah, it says Z index is -50. Oh, because I'm looking at the game. I understand. Yeah, it shows. Oh, because I have show collision set to true. That's why. Because I'm showing collisions in the debug. Cool. We have a basic little thing here. Oops. What? Oh, I set it to fill. I see. Well, that actually works out. Cool. I call that a success sliding door puzzle. Coming along. What is this? VRChat Avatar Marketplace. Interesting. Curious. Instead of going to like 50 different avatar servers, there's a marketplace. I wonder. Well, maybe I'll watch the video later. I don't know if I have time. All right, I gotta go to work. I'm gonna keep chipping away at this, and I'll try to stream it more next week. I just got caught up in like podcasts and stuff, watching a couple streams of some stuff I was interested in, and I didn't want to do that while streaming and trying to work at the same time because I like wasn't as productive because I was doing that stuff, but I was still chipping away at it. I ended up working like all day yesterday on it just because I was breaking it up with videos. So it's good. I mean, my deadline is over a month for at least having something playable, and this is kind of playable. I just need to do a lot of cleaning up and adding some more puzzle elements to the puzzles, and because like I'm not at the point where I quite have like thing that's making me want to be like, oh, I just want to play more of this, because I don't have it set up quite the way that I think makes it super enticing. So